pressure is getting worse. Hey, the guys are giving up, and the ladies are weeping.
Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. Do you know, I haven't sat down in front of a camera in ages. This feels really weird for me to be wearing a hat. I absolutely love my jumper. It says say no to doing things, which is my vibe, even though it's not really, is it? I have a lot of videos to edit, and instead of just standing and like editing videos or like editing old videos, I literally wanted to create like a break to show like real life and like catch up before like I start editing the old videos. I wanted to try and do some makeup and like look cute and whatnot, but this is the best that I can give today. Okay, I'm running late. Ask me how I'm running late. Like, I don't even know, I'm running late somehow. I actually have no idea what I want to talk about, but like I wanted to do this. Like I said, I just wanted to do this just because there's been so much going on. I just feel like life has been lifing. I think there are probably like two big things for me that has been going on in my life recently. The first one is that I was doing my masters. So I posted a video of myself in Gibraltar for my friend's wedding, and then I was like, oh my god, video coming soon. And then it was 2 months, it was 2 whole months, and nothing happened. And every single week I was like, okay, like next week or like in 2 weeks, and I was just overwhelmed. I had my birthday, that was a whole thing. Like, I never celebrate my birthday. People who know me in real life, I literally never celebrate my birthday in real life. Like, I just always go somewhere small. I try not to do too much. I go somewhere small. Do you know, my lips are really crusty, and I'm gonna have to stop recording this video and like literally put some lip gloss on because this is a lot. I celebrated my birthday in London. I have a whole video about that coming out at some point. Literally the weekend before my after my birthday was my master's dissertation. I think one time like I posted a video because I like to keep my channel as like a, it's kind of like a, not a diary, but like a journal, because I'm very forgetful. And so when I go back in the future, like I want to be able to say, oh, like this is what was happening. I think it's even one of the reasons why I'm making this video, so I can like jog my memory. So I posted a video of like doing my masters like in the pandemic and how difficult that was. But yeah, that was really difficult, and I had my dissertation due literally on the 31st of July this year, and I told myself, yeah, I'm gonna celebrate my birthday, I'm gonna do my dissertation like before my birthday. Like, I don't even want to be stressing out with my dissertation like on my birthday, because my birthday was 1 week before the deadline, right? In actuality, what actually happened was, on the deadline I was still like doop, doop, let's edit this, edit that out. Like, there was so much that went wrong with my dissertation, like in my mind anyway. And during the same time, I started a business. I started a business last year. I made a whole rant video last year on my birthday about how life is all about taking opportunities and blah blah blah, and that was kind of what I was referring to. I invested literally all my savings in this business that I'm doing right now, which is very scary. Scary. But yeah, I was doing that, and that was kind of like kicking off around the same time, and so I was overwhelmed. Like, I don't remember the last time like I was that overwhelmed. Like, I was very overwhelmed, and all of the things that I was doing them on my own. And I think this is not really the kind of thing that you do on your own, especially considering the fact that I was writing my dissertation and I had a full-time job going all at once. Like, it was a lot. It was a lot. So that was very overwhelming. I think in general, like after that period like has like elapsed, now I feel like I'm a little bit more not in control, but like I get like today, for example, like I get feelings of overwhelmness, but like I'm trying to like learn how to like calm myself down. I'm probably gonna make a video about like having a business as a young person anyway, but yeah, like it's a lot of like, there's a lot of anxiety, and there's a lot of like literally like not pacifying myself, but like trying to like calm myself down. Like, you're doing okay, not because I'm trying to do too much, but in terms of like the amount of things that I just have to do is just a lot. But yeah, I'm kind of rambling, but anyway, that was what was happening with that. So I think those are the two biggest things. So it's my dissertation and my business that I was kicking off literally around the same time in the last 2 months. And yeah, that was a lot. Like, I was really, when I look back at it, I'm like, I was really doing a lot. Like, it was a lot. And I remember like literally, I think the day that I knew that I was like literally borderline going to break was like I literally had to convince myself, not convince myself, like sometimes like we have holidays obviously as part of like my normal job anyway, and I felt like I always feel the need to like use them wisely, so I didn't want to just take holidays when I could do some things in the evenings. But I remember one day when I literally just got back from work, I went to the place doing what I had to do, there, and then in the evening when I finished what I finished there, which I finished, I want to say around like 9 p.m. and I wish I took some videos. I wish I took a bit more videos of what I was doing like in the actual thick of it, right? And I didn't, which is a bit of a shame. But it was like 9 p.m. No, it was like, no, what am I saying, 9 p.m? It was about 10:30, and I realized that I had to drive to another town. It's about a 40-minute drive from where I was. Got there, I had some furniture that I had to get, like there was a lot of stuff, and I literally got back home by midnight, and I was up and out the next day by 6:50. I'm not a morning person, but it might not sound difficult, but like it was a lot. Like literally I got home, and one thing I told myself was that I'm not gonna sacrifice on sleep. I'm stressing myself, my whole body is going through a lot, and I felt sick after that actually. Yeah, but it's like mentally I'm exhausted, but like I need to get my sleep, so I was giving myself at least 7 hours, which I think was really, really good, and that really helped me through that. But yeah, that was very overwhelming. Like, hey Jesus, there was a lot going on. I think I want to say I outdid myself, but I don't want to ever do that again. I don't really take pride in saying, oh my god, you know, wow, no sleep and whatnot. It's like I want to enjoy life, I want to relax, I want to be taking, I tend to take things one step at a time. Like I'm trying not to do too much, but that time I had an opportunity that came that if I didn't take that, like it was basically everything that I've been looking forward to, basically everything that I've been working for in the last 1 year, it just happened to happen around the same time as I was finishing my dissertation, which was like, whew, Jesus Lord. And if you've done like a degree, especially in this country, I think any country, anywhere to be honest, like your thesis, whether that would be your PhD or your BSc or BA, whatever you're studying, it tends to be quite intense. So, and those deadlines are very real. But in general, I can't believe like 3 years have gone by and I actually have a whole master's degree. Like, sorry, I don't know what that sound was. It's kind of crazy. I think it's really crazy. I'm going to talk about this maybe a lot later, like at the end of the year, but this year feels like a year of harvest for me. I think it was always going to be that way, to be honest, because like there's a lot of things that I've been working for. Like this year I also got like my settled status in the UK. I did a whole video as well one time. I was talking about like my life in the UK test. I also had to do my life in the UK test whilst I was also like finalizing my dissertation and doing the visa application for all of that. Like, and just there was a lot. It was a lot, okay? But yeah, I finally got that, came in. And one thing I also want to talk about is like people say how like a lot of things always feel like big things, or things that should be big, like actually just feel like very like anticlimactic. And yeah, it didn't. Literally, I'm looking at it now, it's literally on the floor, and I was laughing at myself the other day, like this is 9.5 years of your life on a small piece of paper, and I'm just letting it lie on the floor, like just for no reason whatsoever. I mean, I've done a lot more than get a settled status, but it's almost like it's a big thing. I think it's a big thing for me. But I don't know, man. I just felt very okay, like, and not even in a braggadocious way. Ooh, that's a big word. In a braggy way. It's just like, okay, like since literally a few years back, I've always known that, okay, if I stay here for so long and I don't obviously do dodgy things, which I don't do, thankfully, that I will get that. So like, it didn't feel exciting, it didn't feel, you know, it just felt, that's it, okay, that was it. And I was like, okay, this is it now, thanks. But I was talking to my friend actually, because he was telling me how he also has the same problem where he doesn't really celebrate things, and I have the same problem. Because I don't know, I think a lot of things that has happened to me this year in a way, I don't know, I think there's so many major things that I should be celebrating, I think, but I don't know what stops me. I don't know what it's like to celebrate. Like, I'm thinking of like, I don't know, have I ever celebrated anything? Like, do I even celebrate? What does that even look like? And I think that probably even ties in like with my birthday. Like so many times, like I think I rely on people so much to celebrate things for me and with me. And so when I don't have the same like celebration, obviously people are like, oh my god, congratulations, but like I don't know, I just, that's not, someone telling me congratulations, it's not a celebration. I think taking out time to actually celebrate wins is something that I need to learn how to do. But yeah, man, the pressure was very intense. What else I gonna say? Oh yeah, last week or 2 weeks ago, I got like my what is it called again? I got my my grade for my masters, and I think if you're watching this, you're probably just finding out, but there's only one other person I think that I probably mentioned this to, other than my managers at work actually, that I got a distinction for my masters, which I think it's a big deal. I kind of knew it was gonna happen after like my second year, because I'd gotten the distinction in my first and my second year of my masters anyway. That sounds very braggy, but I am a little bit book smart. I can be, whatever. And I think in the past, whenever I tell people, oh my god, like I got like a good grade, people are like, yeah, okay, sure, of course you did, because you always do. I don't know, but I think even sometimes, like when I was doing the masters and I would say it was difficult, people were like, yeah, sure it is, like, and then you still end up like with a first class. But I think the fact that like I still do well, and I think this is like probably even the same for my entire life, the fact that I'm doing things well, it's like, it's still just as difficult. And the fact that, I don't know, people almost want you to fail so that they have a validation that something is difficult, and that's not always the case. So the fact that I do something and I finish it and I do it well doesn't mean that it wasn't difficult and that I didn't struggle just as much as someone who maybe didn't make it or get a better grade or whatever it is that the benchmark is. So yeah, I think maybe in that way, like I just didn't feel the need to tell people about it. And then again, the same thing, celebration, I'm like, okay, cool, that's done now. Literally, I had a guy at work, like he was looking at me like, are you crazy? Like you should be like over the moon. And I was like, probably, yeah, I should be. But yeah, so that's been happening. And yeah, like I just felt like I was under a lot of pressure, not external pressure again, because I felt like I needed to be anything or to prove myself. It's just I just had a lot going on. And yeah, man, adulting was really kicking my ass. I think even when it comes to like my business that I started, people are like, oh my god, like you should ask for help. Like I don't know, for some reason I have a hypothesis that people always assume, and I think it's an assumption that they make, because like sometimes when someone or people see someone who they think is doing well, they always assume that the person doesn't know how to ask for help. Personally, if you ask me, I know how to ask for help. Depends on the type of help. Emotional help, not so much. But like if I need something, oh, you gonna believe it, I'm gonna call you. If I think you can help me with something, I definitely can and will. Unless the person in question has given me an indication that it's not something that they care for or they're into, or if it's something that they can't help me with. But people have been asking like, oh, saying like, oh, just, you know, feel free to ask for help. But like a lot of the things that I need help with, like people can't help me with. For example, my invoices. If you love doing invoices, give me a shout, because I hate it so much. Like I have to like start using Xero now and doing bookkeeping. I hate that stuff. I literally have a whole box of receipts that I need to sort out. One of my receipts is a meter long. How the hell am I going to like, oh my god. Anyway, so yeah, I need help. I always say that I always need help, and somehow people always say, oh, you should ask for help. Yeah, but I always say I need help and nobody be helping though. But anyway, the things that I think the problem is that a lot of things like people can't do it for me because it's my responsibility. It's kind of like, imagine someone has a kid and you know they're feeling overwhelmed with the child. They can't just like give the child away for 2 months. Like you still have to like learn how to look after the child. So I feel like that's probably like the same thing that I was facing, I am facing, where it's like these are things that I'm gonna have to learn, so nobody can really like help me out with it. But I think I'm figuring it out like slowly, day by day. I felt very anxious about a lot of things, but like I think I'm learning to like even forgive myself when I make mistakes, because this weekend I've been making some mistakes. Okay, there's a lot of anxiety and like not having enough of what you want, like just been a lot of that. And like again, I'm not really trying to outdo myself. I just want to be able to like afford to pay some. It's a lot. It's just been a lot, okay, mentally. And I always like feel like I don't really allow myself to complain about it to people, because like I brought this upon myself. I would have been minding my business somewhere, just enjoying. And that was my plan. I had a whole plan, like, okay, I've been working on the business and like meeting clients and like trying to get whatever the deals or whatever, right? And it wasn't working out. So literally I had 2 more things to like cross off my list. Okay, I'll do this, but I have a feeling that's not gonna work anyway. So I'm just gonna do that just to keep myself happy that I'm doing something, right? And then I was like, when that's done, literally I'll have June, July, and probably August to just refresh myself, okay? Like to relax, chill, not do too much, and just like, and then I go again in September. Little did I know that life had other plans for me and it was gonna get hella busy. So yeah, I do feel very like, I don't even talk about it to a lot of people if I feel like, you know, unless people probe, or like my sister, for example, always asks me, and she's always like, okay, if you need anything, let me know. Again, there's not a lot of things she can help me with, but whenever I feel anxious about something, like I made a really stupid mistake yesterday and I really just needed someone to talk to about that, and I called her like, oh my god, I've done something so silly. But yeah, so I think I don't know, I think I'm starting to also create like a community of people that I can complain to, because that's very important to me. So yeah, I've been going to things like meeting up with people, and then we have a little moan. Whereas I think I can't really do that with everyone else, because if I'm complaining to someone, I just feel in a certain way that they'll ask me like, who asked you? Who asked you? Because you would have been literally enjoying your life. Why did you decide to start a business? So anyway, this was not meant to be my business, because I wanted to do a whole video sometime in the future talking about like starting a business at a young age. Sometimes I forget that I'm 26, and I started my business when I was 24, just before I turned 25. I forget that. I feel like if someone looking on the outside, I'll probably be like, oh my god, they're so young. But with me, I'm just like, yeah, you know, whatever. But yeah, I've been having a really good summer as well, man. I've been having a good ass summer. Shout out to my friend Joyce for sponsoring a lot of my summer things. Okay. But I've been having a really good summer. I feel one thing that I always told myself, like when I started my business, is like, don't let this get away from you living life. Like, just don't be that person. And I faced a lot of like we're not going to talk about that, because I want to talk about that in a different video. But I'm being very intentional about, like, literally so many times, people who I've been hanging out with, they don't even know the amount of pressure the amount of pressure that I've been under. I think that I literally need to sort out. But I'm like, okay, no, that is fun, and I need to like talk to myself, to this little person here, that thing that you have to do for your business can actually wait, and now you need to go and have some fun. So I've literally been trying to do that and prioritizing, and I might have been under pressure. Literally on my birthday, my friend was like, oh my god, like, I was like, I don't know if I think I enjoyed my birthday, because I'm very good at like segmenting and like putting things, compartmentalizing. So I put like everything else that I was dealing with at the time into somewhere else. But I was so stressed out, I was so overwhelmed, I had so much going on, but somehow I was like, no, we're gonna have some fun today, because this is what we said we're gonna do. But yeah, I've been having a good summer. My birthday, like, I've been doing lots of events, like I've just been going out. I've been doing bits, and coming from where I've been, I've had summers in the UK that I absolutely hated, like hated. That I absolutely hated. So this was nice, and I'm really proud of myself for allowing myself to like enjoy life, because I haven't always felt that way. Like, literally, I went through years, man, periods where I was like, even being outside, I used to feel really guilty for like, oh, anyway, we're not going to talk about that. But I've been really proud of myself and enjoying. So here's some more enjoyment. This weekend, actually, we're burying the Queen today. Shout out to the Queen of England. Shout out to Lizzie babes. A lot of Igbo people, I think Igbo people I call her Da Eliza. Da means auntie in Igbo. Eliza is like an Igbo name now, but it's a short form of like Elizabeth. So we call her Da Eliza. So shout out to Da Eliza. Rest in peace to the Queen of England. I know, like, I am always like very argumentative when it comes to politics. I'm like, oh my god, colonization and blah blah blah. It's not everyday oppression. That's one thing I try to tell myself. Every day is not the day for oppression. Every single day, it's not every day for oppression. So, you know, that's what it is. It's sad. It's a sad fact of life about the British government, Biafra, India, Ireland, all the different countries, the Caribbean, and what they've done to people, generations of people, which the monarchy is a symbol of. including the crowns, the jewels, all the things that they carry on their bodies, is a constant, continuous reminder of colonization, all that stuff. But at the same time, I was trying to remind myself, is there, please, I have things to do. I have other things I have to focus on. So I beg, I cannot be doing everyday Christian da. People that want to be happy about her, good for you. I also want to tap into that privilege of being able to say, oh my god, look, she was so lovely, she was such a lovely old lady. So that's where I am right now. She was such a lovely old lady. Rest in peace to the queen. Oh my god, we're in mourning. I'm sorry, it's not funny, but anyway, I think yeah, she died, and today's a funeral. As I'm filming this video, we have a bank holiday that doesn't feel like a bank holiday, it feels more like lockdown. Although the Wetherspoons outside is open, so I mean that's not lockdown. But literally all the shops, I need to go to a shop, and like Asda, Aldi, Lidl, everybody's closed. CK Maxx. So I'm gonna have to go and find. A convenience store because I want to get some beer. Don't ask. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go and find a convenience store that I'm gonna have to go to because all the shops are closed. I've been really surprised about how into like the queen and the whole thing that people are, but then I remember we had her jubilee this year, and like there was so much activity going on, so I always kind of, that was my like thing, or my aim, like, oh, like people actually do give a shit about this woman, or people actually do care. I don't want to cuss in this channel. I'm getting so used to cussing and it's really bad. People actually do care about the Queen of England, so I guess so. Anyway, yeah, shout out to them. You know, it's a bank holiday. Well done to her for giving us 2 bank holidays in a year. I think she's a babe, man. I think she's a babe for that. She literally outdid herself. Although as I say that, I realized that it might not be appropriate. I don't know. Anyway, well done to her, man. I'm really happy to have the day off. Even though I feel like I had a lot of things that I had to do and I haven't done any of them, which includes editing some videos that I still haven't edited, blah blah blah. We're not gonna get into that, okay? But anyway, that was all I wanted to rant about. Was there anything else? I don't think so. I'm trying to, do you know, my room, every single time I clean this room, somehow, by the love of God, somehow it always ends up being messy. So hopefully it actually looks decent from this view, but yeah, maybe it doesn't. But that was it. Was there anything else I wanted to talk about? No, I have like I said, I have a backlog of videos. I think I have at least 7, which is quite unlike me, because a lot of times I'm having to like come up with things in my mind. But because I've been doing so many activities, most of the activities I didn't even film, because at some point I was like, you safe rest. The ones that you filmed, how many of them have you edited? So I was like, okay, let me just chill. But yeah, I have a lot of videos to edit, and I need to get back into the swing of things. But like I said, this is my hobby. The things that are actually paying my bills are getting priority. The things that have legal consequences, you know, consequences, are getting the priority, which is my job and my business. So yeah, whenever I want to see if I can keep the 1 time a week, because I know I can do it, but I always end up on Twitter and Instagram and social media and YouTube and watching things and not really, yeah. So that's another thing. Yeah, I'm trying to be a lot more disciplined, man. I'm really trying. People think I'm so disorganized, like it's very embarrassing. I'm highly disorganized, but I'm trying to like get into the mindset of like, okay, planning the day out, because I think that really helps me a lot. So I literally like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do this time, this is what I'm gonna do this time, because if I don't really plan things out, they never get done. So yeah, that's where I'm at, okay? That's where she's at. I told myself actually a while ago that I wanted to do like a monthly thing where I did like a monthly update, talk about like things that's going on in the world, not necessarily from like an information perspective, but literally just a gist. Again, thinking of what I said earlier about the whole journal thing, and my channel will be like a journal. Like for example, Peter Obi, who is like the soon-to-be president of Nigeria, baby, okay, amen. He was on CNN. The interview was a bit mid in my opinion, but I love him, and I think he's by a million miles the best candidate that there are for a variety of reasons. Like those kind of things, I kind of like just get into that, talk about things that are happening in real life, in my life. But then as I had that idea, that was in July, and we're in September now, and that's not gonna happen, obviously. Maybe I'll do like a season 1. So this is like going to be the autumn edition, okay? No, this is the summer edition, okay? Summer doesn't, officially ends until this week, so it's the 19th, and the last day of summer is the 21st, 20th, one of them. The equinox is on the 21st, so officially we finished summer this week. Okay, so this is the summer one, so maybe I'll do one like for autumn sometime in December. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you like my jumper. It is from, I want to say it's from AliExpress. I'm absolutely sweating out in my room because, yeah, I don't know why, but it's from AliExpress. If you care, you probably don't, but anyway, bye. It feels so weird like wearing a hat. Like, what is, I don't know, like, ooh, this is like a good look, isn't it? I need to do some thumbnails. I need to learn how to start doing some thumbnails. Anyway, goodbye. Don't let the pressure kill you, because the pressure will continue to get worse. Bye.